Hey, this is Caleb Elku. Today I'm going to talk about writing content for Google. Right? Google can't read. It can't tell whether the content it's crawling was written by an exceptional author like Hemingway or whether it was written by me. The question then is, how does Google determine what content is about? This is important because if you ever want anyone to see your content online, you need to write it in a way that Google knows what it's about. If Google doesn't know what it's about, your content is destined to be buried on search engine results with only your mother able to find it. Now, of course, Google doesn't say exactly how it determines what your content is about. If it did, then everyone would abuse it to rank higher. But we can guess. Now, there are two stages to ranking on Google. The first stage is just getting onto the first page. Until you're on the first page, no one sees your content because, again, no one goes to the second page of search results. So here, Google needs to rely on its math to decide what your content is about and trust signals like links from other websites to determine whether your content is good. The second stage starts when there's a statistically significant number of users interacting with your content. If everyone who clicks on it immediately hits back on their browser for a different result, your content won't stay ranked for long. Google wants to use user data like this, but as I said, it can only use this data once you've started ranking. So, how does its math decide whether or not to serve your content to some of its users? Most likely, Google uses something similar to LSI, Latent Semantic Index, to determine what content is about. LSI focuses on analyzing words and patterns and relationships in content to classify information. LSI keywords are keywords related to your topic that you aren't trying to rank. They are not synonyms, right? Attorney and lawyer are synonyms. LSI also is not the keywords you want to rank for. Some LSI examples for attorney would be courtroom, trial, settlement, judge, decision, binding, contract, big boat. So if you're trying to rank for the query Star Wars, you wouldn't want to stuff the keyword Star Wars 50 times in your content. Google's math has learned content with lots of exact match keywords typically isn't very good content. So instead, you'll mention Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, Darth Vader, the Death Star, Jedi, Jar Jar Binks, Mark Hamill, and so on, okay? So the usage of these related words helps Google decide what your content is about. And again, these aren't synonyms and they aren't keywords you're trying to rank for, but the words that help Google's math decide your content can be categorized as about Star Wars based on word patterns that it sees across the internet. So we can theorize that Google spends a lot of time analyzing the content on the first page of results. Google knows its users like this content. This content solves its users' problems. So Google's math will focus on that content and words to find more content similar to it that its users may also like. So therefore, even though Google can't read your content, we still need to write it so Google knows what it's about. We need to produce content that Google's math can correctly analyze. Now, I found over the years the best way to analyze competitors' content, both for length, LSI-related words, and comprehensiveness, is a tool called Page Optimizer Pro. I have a link to it in the description. So this is what the output for Page Optimizer Pro looks like. So in this case, we're trying to rank for this keyword, LASIK eye surgery Chicago. We're trying to rank the homepage for that particular term. So what Page Optimizer Pro does is it's going to look at what your current word count is, it gives you a target, how many page sections you need. It gives you an overall score. So in this case, this is before, it's 44.1. That's not that great. We want to get to 100, especially for a term as competitive as this. So if we scroll down, Page Optimizer Pro will actually give us very specific details. So in the search engine title, it's saying that we must use LASIK eye surgery Chicago at least once, and we haven't used it at all. And then there's a variety of other important terms, and it actually gives us a target range that we should shoot for the search engine title. Same thing for page title and for subheadings. Also here, now this is kind of interesting, right? LASIK eye surgery Chicago, we're not using it and it says we should not use it in any subhead. So as we come down, there's a variety of other keywords that it's recommending. It shows current usage, how often, and the target range. And this is all based on the keyword and competitive URLs that we have given Page Optimizer Pro to analyze. And scrolling down further, we can see inside the main content, right? We don't want to use that term at all. We want to use eye surgery 3 to 11 times, we're using it 9. So we can come through all of these. So what we want to do is edit the content to follow the target range guidelines. So I had one of my team members do that. You can see this is the after. So we've increased the word count. So we're spot on, 2160 versus 2167. Optimization score is up 30 numbers. Still some room to improve it. We typically go in chunks where we'll work to improve it. We'll see how the responds, see if rankings improve, and go back and do it again if necessary. So some of the key changes, of course, search engine title, we've added LASIK eye surgery Chicago. We don't have that yet in the page title. We'll have to get on that. But coming down into the main content, you can see there's a lot more. Here, I'll show you the before and after if I come down to the main content. The current usage, 27, 33, 14, 49. I mean, versus what we had before. So you can see just a significant increase in the LSI keywords, right? So we're not necessarily, these aren't keywords we're trying to rank for, they're not synonyms. They are keywords that look and follow a certain pattern so that Google's math can tell what the content is about. So let me cut away and show you how Page Optimizer Pro works to make sure the content you're writing will be properly recognized by Google. So I hope this video had value for you. Please ask any questions you have in the comments and I'll get back to you. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, and turn on those notifications. I publish 2 to 3 videos every week.